Hi! Tonight I'm going to show you how I make egg foo young. And it's super simple, and it's just going to take a short amount of time, and the ingredients aren't super strict or anything. It's supposed to be half a teaspoon of salt, 4 eggs, a cup of bean sprouts, and you can use fresh bean sprouts if you grew some. I don't use fresh bean sprouts in this because my husband wouldn't like that. It would be too crunchy, so he would prefer to have these are just canned, but you know, you can get them from the supermarket and whatever. And a half a cup of meat of any kind. And if you don't like bean sprouts, change it. It doesn't have to be this. And I'm going to add a little cayenne pepper and a little chopped green onion there at the end of the onion. And that's it. It's mostly about the consistency. So you want to beat your eggs first. Get them well beaten. And I'm going to use salt in this instead of soy sauce because I don't want to add more liquid to my egg. My egg is going to be the glue that holds the meat and the sprouts together. So I don't want to add more liquid to that. But, I mean, it may work. I just don't do that. Okay, so that looks good. And now I am going to, and I'm not putting a cup in because, like I said, my husband isn't a real vegetable lover, so I'm going to put less in and more meat. And like I said, the meat can be anything. My kids don't like vegetable, the sprouts, so for them, I use shredded cheese, and it actually works. It cooks so quickly that the cheese doesn't make a real mess, and it stays in there. I just want to mix this up, and I'm putting my half a teaspoon of salt in there. And nothing, I mean, you can put any ingredient in this. Shrimp works really good, any seafood that's cooked. I always use cooked meat. It's not going to have time to cook the meat while it's in that pan, so you just have to use cooked meat. And I'm gonna throw in a little more meat. I'm just going to use it all. More sprouts. I just want to get it thick enough to where it's going to hold together good. Oops. Oops. Get it all mixed together good. Clean counter. Throw in the onions. And a little red pepper. Chicken all over my hands. That might be a lot for some people. You don't have to put it in at all. But my husband and I like spicy things, and I don't think that's even going to be spicy. Alright, a little more vegetable. I want this to make sure this is thick enough. And there definitely wasn't a cup there. This is a bowl of, a can of mixed stir-fry vegetable, because I'm going to make a stir-fry also for dinner. I just want to make a quick video on how to do this. I'll show you how to do the brown sauce too. It's just a tasty brown gravy of whatever. It doesn't need to be the Chinese version, which I think is really kind of plain what you get in the restaurant. So it's not going to be that. It's going to be kind of a beefy flavored gravy. So I'm going to heat up my pan, and then I'll be back. Alright, gotta get my spatula. And you gotta move, you gotta pull the sides up on top of it. just kind of flip them up over the side and let it cook. And I'm going to add a little more egg in a minute to the middle. This way, if I cook my sides cook first, then my egg won't run everywhere. I'm not quite as skilled at this, but it works. You just keep pulling it in as the egg is escaping. And, oh, that's a good one. Add a little more egg to the middle. Okay. Oh, good. That worked. And just keep watching it as it tries to run out. And just keep doing this and make a patty shape. Make sure you don't have too much oil in your pan, otherwise the egg and the oil mixes together and makes a big mess, and it makes it harder to work. It'll still work, but it'll take you a little longer. So just make sure your mixture doesn't have too much egg in it, enough of your filling, and it'll hold together. And you just got to be quick and pull your sides in after you pour it in. And just let it cook. We want to let it lightly brown on the other side, and then we're going to flip it over. But we got to make sure it's cooked enough so it will flip over without falling apart. I have my brown sauce I'm starting. I've just got water, and I'm going to add a little beef broth soup base, and I'm going to add seasonings from there. You have to, like I said before, you have to taste everything, because I don't use recipes for everything. I'll start throwing things in that I know are going to taste good together, or a sauce I'll just throw flavors in that I think are going to be good and thicken it. I mean, that's it. It doesn't have to be a recipe. That's why you don't have to be super strict with your egg foo young. You can make it an egg foo young American style. Like I said, my kids like chicken and shredded cheese, or beef and shredded cheese. One of them will eat shrimp, but usually it's just got to be simple, and it doesn't have to be the way everyone says it has to be. Make it your way. So I'm going to check this. I think it's getting to the point. Yeah, I think I can flip it safely. Let's see. Yes. And just press it down a little bit, and that looks perfect. I mean, really, that looks better than a lot of egg foo young you get in a restaurant. It tastes just as good. And you don't have to wait as long either to get it. That's perfect. So, slide it around, get it to cook. Let this side cook. Get it brown on the other side. And then I'll flip it one more time for like a minute, and then flip it back again, just to make sure I have all the egg inside cooked. Okay, I'm back, and here is our egg foo young finished. It's great. Looks perfect. And then I've got my brown sauce. It's just a light brown sauce. And I used a soup base, bouillon, a beef. And then I added a little fish sauce just to taste. So you got to taste your food. And that was it. And then I thickened it with cornstarch. Usually I use tapioca, maniac, but I can't find it, so I had to use this, and it was kind of a pain. Tapioca is much easier to control than cornstarch, and it imparts much less flavor into a gravy also, but this is pretty strong flavor of beef, and then a little bit of the fish sauce, and it's really good. So that's it. It's just that easy. So there you have it. Homemade egg foo young. Thanks for watching.